Across the globe, welcome to the most authoritative boxing channel here on social media. Today's episode is focused on Xander versus Booth, and that is all we are going to talk about in this episode. So if this is the type of content you do enjoy on social media, as we are previewing the World Championship bout between these two talented, formidable fighters, just hit the follow button for more and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Now, let's take a look at both boxers. Xander is a much disciplined fighter, more of a control freak, whilst Jaron Booth Ennis also come across as an educated, chaotic fighter. He is unpredictable, he has power in both hands, and he switches stance. So that is the complexity of the two boxers that are going to step into the squared circle this Saturday, that is today. Now, Xander, being a very all-round boxer, he needs to work everything behind his jab. He must use his jab to disrupt the rhythm of Jaron Booth Ennis. He must use the jab to control the range of this particular fight. And besides that, the last thing the jab must do for him in this particular fight is that he must keep Jaron Booth Ennis behind the jab anytime he throws this. Next thing I'll talk about with regards to Xander is that he has to use his footwork. He has to use his footwork to get into range and to get out of range. In this particular fight, he doesn't need to be caught so much in the exchanges. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. So he should use his leg to step in, get his advantage, and use his footwork to leave. Simple as that. I've always told you guys that footwork is an offensive tool and at the same time a defensive tool. The third thing that he needs to do in this particular bout is not get caught in the exchanges. He must never get caught in the exchanges with Jaron Booth Ennis. He must never get caught in the exchanges, and he must stick to his game plan. Now, what about Jaron Booth Ennis? Jaron Booth Ennis is one of the best fighters we have in boxing today. I'm not talking about skill, but this guy can fight. He doesn't look it. He's always coming across as calm, gentle, with his glasses, cool. The guy from Philly, he is a deadly opponent. Trust me, if I tell you so. He is a deadly opponent. Now, how does Booth win this fight? Booth wins this fight in so many ways. He is regarded as the best fighter among the two, but Jaron Booth Ennis must not lose control of this fight. He must use his angles to his advantage, because anytime he uses his angle, Xander would be out of control, because that would be coming at the blind side of him and he would be taking advantage of Xander. Now, another thing is that Jaron Booth Ennis needs to slow. He needs to slow down Xander. He needs to slow him down. He needs to slow him down. And how does he slow him down? He should focus on the body works. He should focus on the body works from the first round to the fifth round. And by the 6th, 7th, 8th round, Xander would have significantly slowed down, because with power in both hands and working on your lever constantly, there would be air out of your gas tank. You would be out of breath, and at a point you would slow down. And that is when the man from Philly would have an advantage to keep the fight in the middle range where he can exchange. And he is the better finisher in terms of exchanges of the two. He throws better combination, and that is where he would begin to win the fight. And he must stay disciplined at all times during the fight. And I think that he would emerge victorious if he keeps doing this. Now, because this fight is a very close one, the tactical aspect of it would be very, very fascinating, because we have to teach a lot of kids with this particular fight, because there would be so many adjustments from both camps. You can trust Jaron's dad and Mr. Ennis himself to do that, and it's It's a razor thin fight, and I think that the fight would be too close. There would be a lot of controversy. So in this particular fight, I'm not going to give my prediction. I'm going to sit on the fence for this particular fight. Though I'm a great admirer of Jaron Booth Ennis, he has a difficult puzzle in front of him, and if he's able to figure Xander Zayas out, then Jaron Booth Ennis need to be given Virgil Ortiz, because these are legacy fights that he needs to be involved in. So far, he doesn't have that body of work, that legacy fighter marquee fighter on his resume. So he needs that right now. And I think that Jaron Booth Ennis, though I'm sitting on the fence, he is the favorite to emerge victorious in this particular fight. If only Jaron Booth Ennis is able to switch his stance, go to the body, and do all the things I'm saying, I think that he has a very much advantage than Xander Zayas in this particular fight. Zayas is coming into this particular fight as the champion, and no disrespect to him, Booth is favorite. I'm no longer sitting on the fence. I'm picking Jaron Booth Ennis to win this particular fight. This is my take on the upcoming bout between these two young, talented individuals. Thank you for watching. Stay positive. Your greatness has no limits. Follow and subscribe for more.